join, they'll catch up in the meantime. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us for this last training session. We will try to keep it a bit shorter today, about 1.5 hours. And then the focus for our session today will be on how to report and communicate the impact data. So we will talk. Sorry, I'm hearing myself. Maybe everyone can mute. So we will look at how impact data supports both accountability towards external stakeholders, but also internal learning, and then how to adapt outcomes and impact communication for the different audiences. We will also explore and discuss through some examples how to use impact data to improve products, services, and outreach to clients. And as usually, we will also have a practical exercise to work a little bit with the concepts we will discuss in this training session. And I think the key message for today is, and what's important for you to remember is that impact measurement, it's not only about reporting, but it's a tool to support strategy and decision making and learning in your organization. So we will, the agenda will cover a brief recap of what we did in the previous sessions and framing for today. Then we will discuss how to use impact data for accountability, and then further for learning and improvement of products and services. We will do the practical exercise, and then we will briefly go on how to communicate impact responsibly, and we will finalize as usually with key takeaways and some next steps. So very briefly, a recap from previous session. So as you may recall, we discussed last time how to define priority indicators, how to identify existing data sources, but also how to choose some practical data collection methods. And then we briefly covered the analysis of the data that you collect. So now, following the flow of impact measurement, the questions that we will discuss today are once the data is collected and analyzed, how it can actually be used to support better decisions and how it can strengthen accountability and learning. So basically, today we're moving from measurement to management. And just to define these two concepts, accountability refers to demonstrating the results to the various stakeholders, including funders, investors, boards, regulators, and of course, clients and the general public. While learning is using evidence from the outcome and impact data to improve your products and services, strengthen targeting, identify any risks, improve client outcomes, and then support future strategic decisions. And both of these have the role to strengthen the delivery of your mission and impact objectives. Maybe before I move to the next section, Davide, is there anything you wanted to add?
No.
Okay.
Good morning to everyone. So also from my side. I don't know if the participants or they want to say something, maybe.
good morning to everyone. We are here, we are listening, and probably this is the most interesting session because after our work, we need to send some feedback to our stakeholders. So we are listening.
Okay, great. Sorry, I jumped immediately into the content.
As you said, is some rumor, something in, I think it's somebody with the microphone opened because is something behind your voice.
Noise.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, then kind reminder for everyone to switch off microphone if you are not speaking. Okay, so then moving into the first section, using impact data for accountability. So as I mentioned, accountability refers to demonstrating results to the different stakeholders, so to funders and investors. It involves supporting board oversight and strategic decisions. It has the purpose to build trust and ensure transparency towards clients and the public, and generally strengthen the organization's legitimacy and credibility across the various stakeholders. And I think the message here, and you already know this by now, impact data is actually aiming to turn your objectives and intentions into evidence that can be shared outside the organization. Then what's important to remember here is that different audiences require different messages and presented a bit differently to ensure that they get the most of the data you report. I'm summarizing here for each category of stakeholders and audience. So funders and investors are mainly interested in results, comparability among different organizations. And for them, the best is to use concise metrics, dashboards, and trends. Boards and management are interested in strategic insight, risks, and any gaps in the organization. So visual summaries of the KPIs or scenario insights are the best format in this case. And then for clients and the public, ensuring trust and relevance of the data presented. It's what they are looking for. And here, the best is to use case studies, stories, and testimonials. So the idea is to ensure the right level of detail for each category of stakeholders, but of course, it should be the same truth. So no reinterpretation of the data. A few practical tips on reporting for funders and boards. So for funders and investors, as I just mentioned, it's important to focus on concise and comparable results, to link outcomes to their priorities, which often focus on job creation, inclusion, financial resilience of the clients. And then the data should be aligned with recognized frameworks. And I think most of you are already reporting to your funders or investors, and usually they provide templates and reporting formats that are aligned with various frameworks. Then for boards and management, it's rather a mix of KPIs with qualitative insights. If you recall from our previous training session, we discussed about quantitative and qualitative data, and these qualitative insights are important to explain the numbers and explain the why behind the trends and results. Then it's important to highlight progress, but also risks, and integrate this reporting as part of regular strategic review in order to guide future management and business decisions. So I will pause here and give you the opportunity to speak. And we would be curious to hear from you. Who do you currently report impact data to most often? And then also, what's your experience? Which audience it's easiest to report to, and which poses more challenges?
I will start with we report impact data, as you said, to our fund investors, and we have a template from them. And most of the data are easy to report because we collect them from many years, but are very common indicators as female, male, age of entrepreneur, rural, urban, things like that. We collect a few indicator for many years, and we had this information in the loan applications. So, but most of them are for our investors. About the client story are on our website, probably to create trust to other clients and to the public. And internally, we had monthly meetings, and there we talked about our success story to create trust among our colleagues, to understand that we are doing good things with what we do, something like that. But there are things to do better.
And
thank you.
Thank you so much, Mirela. And any particular challenges in reporting?
In this moment, with what indicator we have, no. But if we want to increase our indicator, yes, we will. I think we will have challenges, even on Roma clients, because we need to collect information, but we need to do it without any documents, something like that. Probably this is the most challenging things to do, because investors want to know if we have Roma clients. We don't want to ask, and is not permitted to ask if somebody is a Roma client. And I think here is the challenge, not to do something wrong.
Okay.
In this moment.
Yeah.
Probably I accept happily some advice in this area if there are people who are doing this kind of indicator and collect this information in this moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, actually, most of funders and investors, especially private investors, the type of data that they request is mostly output data. So the type of clients, the client profiles, how many rural, how many urban, female, et cetera, et cetera. And the motivation is because they have their own internal reporting system. And so what they do, they then combine, the data from different investees, and they to then report to their investors. So and so most of them, they do not require really outcome data, apart from few, such as, for example, the CEB, where they have a format, where they require, for example, the number of jobs created, number of jobs maintained, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, very few of them, they actually require outcome or impact data.
Anyone else would like to share or maybe respond to Mirella's question?
Hello, colleagues. Agna from Novity Finance. I can share my experience. We currently providing some data for our investors. We are cooperating with a lot of governmental institutions as AIF, our national funding institution, and so on. So we are asking partly very mutual data about averages loan amount, activities code, then the gender differentiation, and so on. But currently we are implementing some indicators related to this project, and various challenges that when you try and implement those formulas, which is quite clear, and you're trying to understood in which concrete moment you should took the baseline as a baseline. Because technically, when a customer applying for you, you can take yearly results as a base, or you can took quarterly results, and then you trying to digging what is most important and how to customize it. Do not customize too much, but technically show the real situation of the companies. Also, we have challenges because when we talk about employees numbers in the companies, we have a really detailed numbers from open data sources. When we can took data based on the day, because Sodra is renewing data about employment every day in concrete company. So then you have to decide how often you took those data, what is the how calculate maintainment jobs or created jobs. So it's really difficult to involve those implement those indicators too when you digging into definitions of those formulas.
Thank you, Agni.
About job created, I wanted to ask you, we have this question in our loan application, how many jobs they will create after taking our loan from us. And do you maintain your checking if they take the loan, if they created these jobs or not?
Technically, currently, it's a new indicator for us. We reported only once this indicator, and I assume that in technical way that the jobs maintained is the the number of employees when we applied for a loan, and then we took from registers current data about company's employment number, and just do calculation technically. Because where's the challenge in our market, that our loan providers are optimized really application forms, and customers do not want to fill a lot of information. So yeah. I hope I answer into your questions.
Yes. We don't have this information, or we have it, but is very time. We receive this information after 1 year.
We know because also we operating in Poland and also in Latvia. So I know that the baseline of information of open data differs from the country. It doesn't matter. It is EU. Lithuania currently is really good in good shape of that information. That's why we can take a lot of data and do calculation based on open sources.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else would like to share their experience?
If you have, Davide, Diana, some information about what kind of KPI I should share with the teams to increase our, I don't know, be a better team, to what should I take in considerably to develop, if you have some advices here to motivate? What kind of indicator can I use?
You mean internally, right?
It's internally with our team.
Mm-hmm. Davide, do you want to?
Yes. So my it depends on the objective of why you want to share the information. So you talk about, for example, to motivate your staff more, right? And so
Yes, to motivate them, because if they had a give a loan and they have one bad client between 100 good, they are very demotivated, and I want to share some, I don't know, information with them to create more motivation to do, even they had a bad experience with some of our clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, maybe Elena wants to react to that. Or...
Yes. Hello, everyone. What we're actually doing enough is in our weekly staff meeting. I'm sharing some statistic per loan officer. How many loan appraisal meeting has implemented during the last week? How many business plans?
Este...
Așa, fiecare face o dare de seamă cu ce are în plan pe...
Nu, este mai degrabă un... Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And comparing to their loan targets, and also we're using this conversion rates. What is the conversion rates per loan officer? And there is two rates that we're measuring. The conversion rates from the application converting to loan, and from loan appraisal, which are the first meeting with the client, converting to loan. And if this rate is high and improving throughout the time, it's a good sign. So we are sharing this on a weekly basis and also on a monthly basis with the team of the loan officer, in order to see each loan officer where he stands or she stands, and also the overview, also the group statistics. And I also want to share that we are reporting to all these groups that are including in the slides. And I think the most difficult for us, in my opinion, is when we share statistics with the public or with the local ecosystem. We are not sure if we are over informing the audiences and how much related it is to what we are sharing. So we don't know which of the statistic should we share or not, and not to overdoing it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Elena, for sharing your experience. So, yeah, I think that, having, periodical team meetings, weekly or monthly or every 6 months is critical. So during these meetings, you can present some of the, good outcomes, but also bad outcomes. And I think that motivation is also driven by hearing from your loan officers. So by talking with them about what is the perception of the impact or outcomes that they are generating with the clients. Because they have, they collect a lot of qualitative information that is now written on paper, is now reported, but they observe, they collect, through interactions with the clients. And even if, as you mentioned, they might have bad experiences with clients, right? So those bad experiences actually can uh, provide a lot of information about what you can change and what you can adjust to make clients more satisfied, but also how to generate more impact for the client. So because usually clients that are not satisfied is because there is something going on. Elena, do you want to react on this? Also?
Yes. Another thing that is very helpful is that I have one-to-one meeting with each loan officer to talk about challenges and opportunities. And during the weekly staff meeting, when everyone is present, we are talking about all these complaints or challenges, and we actually propose to the management team things that might change for about regarding, the loan characteristic. We present that now to have a character for loan amounts, to expand the period of repayment. So this was all accepted by the management team, and it's a good action toward to the client satisfaction and to attract more customers in the future.
Okay, thank you. These were very valuable inputs even for us because we are in the process of also improving the instruments that we are designing for you, the tools, and so these are very, very useful inputs that we will take into consideration.
Can I ask something about the job creation? I think Agne was the one that was speaking about that. How do you collect the current information about how many employees does your clients have? Because the portfolio is dynamic. Some clients are using short-term loans. Some of them are using long-term. And if you want to measure that on every 2 years, and 50% of portfolio is using loans that mature more than 2 years, how do you collect if you're collecting on every application? How do you know the current information about the?
Yeah. We also when we specified everything, also have the challenge in which line we should measure everything, and then when we assess every option, should we measure all parameters in application or loan phase or in customer line. We decided that all indicators is measured by customer way, because a lot of our customers are coming back, or they have at least fewer loans. So every year we have a baseline. For example, we measure social impact for 2025. So we took as a baseline for revenue from data from 2024 and so on. And when we assessing the number of employees, if I remember correctly, but I just have to double check it, everything, okay? So if we collect, we additionally, we calculating the change of number of employees during the year, and also we added some indicators and saying that calculating change number of employees since first financing, changing the revenue from first financing, and so on. So it's more common for us because a lot of our customers are coming back, and it's really important to show that data, how customers grow from first financing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Diana, I guess we can move forward now.
Yes, that's and I'll actually give the floor to you for the next section.
Yes, thank you very much. So the next part of the today's training session is about how to use impact data for learning and improvement. So again, we would like to give you just some hints, some tips. Okay. What we know is that outcome data is a powerful tool to assess whether products and services are truly meeting the needs of clients. So these, outcomes and impacts, they can actually be driven by many different factors. So external, internal, you have an economic shock, whatever. Okay. So we cannot manage everything, but what is important here is to understand if our strategy can be adjusted, to generate more impact. And what we would like to give you is some hints on how to do it. Impact data can be used to improve products and services, to design better targeting of clients. So, for example, there are clients that you want to reach out to some, vulnerable groups, but most of them, they do not apply, or they actually they are underrepresented in your portfolio. So the idea is also to understand what's going on, but you can, for example, see that those who are part of your portfolio, they actually have good outcomes. So probably there are some barriers, in the access. So at the beginning. And then also how to improve non-financial support. That is critical. So you provide financial support, but you can also provide non-financial support. And the combination of the two kind of services can have some impacts that differ from just providing only financial services, or it also helps you to understand how you can adjust your non-financial services, such as business development services, for example. Okay, next one. So how to turn data into institutional learning. I think that some of you have already mentioned this, right? Actually, so we start from collecting the data to hold regular impact review sessions when data is available, to compare it with previous data, with baseline data. We review, and so then we share simple dashboards and summaries. We also a good strategy is also to involve from frontline staff in interpretation. This can also help them to be more motivated, right? So this is the data that we have collected. What do you think about that? What's your perception? Do you agree with that, right? So loan officers, they can have a different view, or they can confirm the data that you have collected. And then adapt, and so use findings to adjust services, and then to follow up by looking at whether those changes that you have made, they actually generate some more outcomes and impacts. There is a trade-off here, right? Because the idea is not to change continuously your strategy, to adapt your services, to adapt your products, but to understand if by making even minimal changes, you can generate more outcome and more impact. Okay, next one. So using data to improve products. So here is about understanding which products work well, so which products generate more outcome or impact. In order to do that, we have to track, right? As we said, we have to track relevant outcome indicators, and then disaggregate by client profile. So because there are partners invisible at portfolio level, that when we analyze the data by client profile, by products, we can discover something different. And then analyze outcome data to identify product gaps. For example, you can there are certain clients, I don't know, women, migrants, rural clients, or female migrants, male migrants, that consistently show lower outcomes, or, for example, even higher dropout rates. Because there is something here that is important to understand. When clients, they also perceive that the impact that the products they generate is not so valuable for them, they don't value the service also, right? So so the two the impact that you generate through your services and the demand for your services is interrelated. Okay. Then you can engage with few clients for deeper insights, to understand the structural barriers that they face that products may not currently address. So even satisfaction surveys where they say I'm not happy with the the duration of the loan, I'm not happy with the size of the loan, I'm not happy with the frequency of payments, I'm not happy with the fact that the product is not flexible, and so when I have lower cash flows, there is no way to have some grace period or whatever. So and then the next step is, after collecting this information and these insights, is to see how we can adjust product features based on this evidence. For example, flexible repayment options for women with care responsibility. So we saw that, for example, women, they have less outcomes in general. And when we talk with women, they say, that's because I have to pay my installments anyway, even when I'm going to a period of care responsibilities, and I cannot take care of my business. And so you observe a decrease in cash flows or decrease in income or in employment, also because they have they are making all the effort possible to repay the loan. And then the next one is to institutionalize product review workshops. There are some words that for Italians are very difficult to pronounce and hard to say. So this is about involving frontline staff and product managers and client representatives to discuss about whether the changes you have made to your products, they have actually contributed to an improvement in outcomes and impact. Okay, next one. So the next one is about improving targeting and outreach. So this is about the fact that targeting the right groups requires more than assumptions. So it requires to disaggregate the data properly and to analyze the data by different demographics. By doing that, we can better understand which groups are underserved, which groups are underperforming, and which groups face most of the barriers. And so targeting is not about selecting the easiest clients to serve, but it's about identifying which clients are most in need of our services, and for which clients our services are more effective. And so the steps are, again, to disaggregate outcome data by key demographics, identify gaps and unserved groups, and adapt outreach strategy based on insights. For example, flexible application processes. For some clients, women, Roma, you mentioned, for others, your application processes might be a barrier for them to some extent. Not for all of them, but for most of them. And so maybe you can make minimal changes to understand how you can make your products more accessible for them. And then the idea is to monitor targeting effectiveness. For example, you can observe that thanks to the changes you have made, you have increased the share of Roma people from 8% to 15% in your portfolio. Okay. And then also to collaborate with community stakeholders, because they can help to reach out to the intended population that is probably more reluctant for different reasons to use your services. Okay. And so community a partnership can be a strategy to as a direct marketing strategy for you. Okay. Next one. And then using data to strengthen non-financial services. So this is again the suggestions are the same. So to track outcomes for clients receiving non-financial services as well. And then compare outcomes with clients receiving and not receiving financial services, and then use evidence to adjust and improve support services. And also engage clients to understand their experience with no financial services. Are you happy with our business development services? Do you think that they're useful? They are easily accessible? Do you perceive any impact of our non-financial services? For example, you can observe that certain training or content or mentoring activities, they lead to better outcomes. In that case, you can scale them up, okay? Or you can observe, that, for example, your non-financial services, your trainings, they are, voluntary. And so you see that clients who actually take the training, they have better outcomes than others. And so you can, for example, make the training mandatory for everyone, right? Because you think that by making them mandatory, you can improve your outcome. Okay, so and also you can also demonstrate value to funders and decision makers. So BDS in particular, they are costly for your institution to provide. And so by showing that, by offering them, you can generate more outcome, more impact. Then even, decision makers, policy makers, funders, they can assist you in some way, right? So through technical assistance, through grants, et cetera, et cetera. So it's also important for this reason. Okay, next one. Okay. Do you want to take this? Yes.
Yes. So actually, we arrived at our exercise for today. So what we will do is, as in the previous training sessions, we will divide you into 4 groups, and each group will be working with one case as presented here. And then discuss the questions here. Davide, do you want to briefly present the cases?
Yes. So these are cases that we have, created by ourselves. So they are not necessarily related to a specific MFI, existing MFI. So we have 4 different cases. One case, this is about analyzing outcome data and some of the results that you have gotten. Okay. So case 1 is a gender gap in business survival. So you have analyzed the data by gender, and you have observed that women clients show a 24-month business survival rate of 58% compared to 74% for men clients. Loan sizes, sectors, and baseline income are similar across groups, and this is important because if they differ substantially in terms of type of services, in terms of income level, etc., that can be an explanation why. Sorry, there is a question. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay, no problem. Sorry. The second The second case is the value of mentoring. So clients who receive a loan only show no significant income change at 12 months. Clients who also receive mentoring alongside their loan show a 25% average income increase. So this is, about non-financial services, and you observe that clients who take mentoring, they actually experience an increase in income. And so a combination of loan with mentoring can be a more successful strategy. The third case is young clients. We call it confidence without survival. So young clients under 30 that are a target, for the European Union, report significantly higher confidence in managing their finances after 6 months. You know that because you have conducted a survey on financial confidence, on financial health. However, their 24 months business survival rate is 51%, and is substantially lower than for clients aged 30 and above 69. So here you may say, okay, probably because they have less experience, right? They might need more support from us to make a good use of the loan, right? And then the last one is about migrant clients. So migrant clients show stronger income growth than non-migrant clients in the first 12 months, 13% versus 18%. However, their loan renewal rate is much lower, so 34% versus 67%. So migrant clients, they show stronger income growth, but they renew loans less than other clients. So these are the interpretation can differ from institution to institution, from person to person. The idea is to understand that these kind of exercises, analysis, they can be very useful for the institution. So that go very beyond accountability and reporting to funders and investors. Okay. So we have prepared also 4 different questions to discuss in groups. So what might explain this? What additional information would you need to complement this? So we like also to have this kind of information to interpret these results. That is not provided here. What action would you take? So just a very simple action that you think might be, useful to generate more income, more outcome or impact. And how would you track whether it work or not? So here you already have some indicators, but you want maybe to add some others that might be, useful to track whether your changes are making some impact. Okay. Good. So the idea is to give you maybe again 15 minutes to discuss in small groups. Then we will have a moment to debrief and discuss, and then we will conclude and with some takeaways. So I hope you will enjoy it. So let me just do.
And maybe
Yes.
each group, so group 1 will take case 1, group 2 case 2, and
Well, yeah, let me create the groups and tell who is in the group so that we can yeah,
and then
4 is okay.
David, I think if you can put Catalina and Cornell in the same group, I know they.
Catalina and Cornell.
Yes, thank you.
But
And
there are
I-
different cases. Do you really want to be in the same, or because there are different cases, maybe you can have different perspectives?
Yeah, it's okay. Then we can be in different groups. It's okay.
Okay, great. Okay, so we have Oana, Cornell, Sakib, and Elena in group 1, so case 1. Okay, read it carefully, but you can also go back to it. And then, oh, I also put Diana. Sorry, Diana, you are in the group 2, but okay, you can. So in group 2 we have Mircea, Charlotte. Oh, I see now. So this is not good. Let me just maybe change something here because I have one AI in a group. So let me make some changes. Segna partecipanti. So maybe okay. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Okay, maybe I can move 1, 2. There's just one person here. Let me see. Okay. Mircea and Charlotte, are you okay in being just you in group 2? Because yeah, we are in or what I can do is to maybe move someone. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second.
I think we are fine. Just don't overdo it. We can discuss. But it's always good to be perhaps free, to have some different angles.
Yeah. So let me move. Okay. Okay. I think this can work. So we in case 1 we have Oana, Cornel, Sakib, and Elena. In group 2 we have Mircea, Charlotte, and Argiro. And then in group 3 we have Catalina, Znesana, Andrea. And in group 4 we have Janice, Eva, Neagu, and Agne. Sounds good to everyone?
Sounds good. Here
Perfect.
in Romania, we don't have so many migrants, but I will.
You can contribute. Yeah.
Contribute. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let's start then. Okay, you have all the information, and okay, see you in so it's 10:02, so maybe around 10:15, 10:17. Okay, I will take you back. Okay, so good. Bye. See you. Okay.
Okay, looks like.
Yeah.
And in the groups, they can still see the slide, right? Do you know?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. But we can also put it in the chat as a screenshot.
What do you think?
They can see the chat. Oh, we have also Andra, Matthias here. Andra, can I?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Andra.
Sorry for the delay. I was to the doctor with my daughter. Sorry.
No, no worries. No worries. I need to see how I can add you. I will add you to one of the rooms.
Rooms.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe
I think there was one with 3.
3. Okay. So okay, I've done it. Okay, yeah. Manage. Okay. Okay, Diana, I will be back in.
Shall we put? Can you access the chat of the groups? Shall we give them the?
Yeah, I can.
Slide.
Let me see if I can take a screenshot. Then I will copy. Copy and try to put it in the chat. Yes.
But it's. Do they see this chat now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Davide, maybe we can bring them back.
Sure.
And I think
I know that they, I know they will not like it to be brought back,
because
but
you said you have to leave, right?
yeah. No, but I have so 20 minutes. I have them, but yes. Maybe I can ask in the chat.
I don't think they can see this chat right now.
Okay.
I think you would need to go into those meetings. I don't know.
Maybe we can give them just another minute.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe we give 2-3 minutes each group to present. And then we have the debrief, and then we have the communication. Oh, you are muted.
Yeah. Let's bring them back. Okay. QD.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Opportunities.
So soon.
As usual, I'm sorry to to take you back so abruptly. So well, yeah. Anyway,
You should give us 20 seconds, not 10, to finish our questions.
I don't know. I don't know if you were able to see the messages in the chat. Yes. So well. Anyway, Diana, do you want to?
Yeah, so I think now, if each group can choose someone to share the results of your discussion, and in ideally in 2-3 minutes, if you could follow the structure on the slide here. So, what would be one likely explanation for what you're observing, one action you would take, and one indicator you would track to get more information. So we can start with group 1. Representative from group 1.
Okay, I can take it.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's about the business survival rate. Why the business survival rate is like lower for women compared to men in the industry. So what we discuss basically the root cause is like it's like it depends on person to person, business to business. But when we talk in general, then we figure out that there are some cases for women. It's like the women who are working in the industry, they comes from a developing country. So, and also they have the family from that belongs to those family are controlled by man. So from their childhood, from their beginning days, they're not self-confident. So this is the one root cause that can be the self-confidence. And another thing is that what we can do. Another thing is that, oh, I forget it. Another root cause we figure out was like, just a second. Okay. And another root cause we figure out that those women, they are like doing family works and more. They are more like responsible towards their children, to their family. So they cannot give more time to their business compared to men. And if we want to like solve this problem, so we need to take this case to case basis. We need to talk to them. We can have a monitoring team. We can monitor, we can educate them. So yeah, this can be solved, but yeah, it's should be done to case basis with monitoring, education, follow up, those things. So I will wrap it in short. Thank you. Anyone want to add anything?
Yeah. Actually, what the survey or the interviews will show to us will relate to what action will take. If they have problems with network, then a network event should organize. If they have lack of business confidence, then maybe a mentor or a coach should be appropriate for their case, or if they lack of business skills, then the training is suitable. It depends, and of course, how to track whether our action will actually benefit them. Of course, maybe a survey again, interview to see how they are doing financially, if their business is alive. Of course, monitor is needed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now we can move to the second case. So here we have Mircea Charlotte Argiro. Who wants to?
I don't know, Mircea, does your mic work? How to say Argiro? I can do. We had oh, there you are, Argiro. Would you like to summon it up?
Yeah, sure. About the value of mentoring, what might explain this? It helps clients use more effectively their loan, and they have a practical guidance on budgeting, on their sales. We see their profit margins, their break even their family budget. So they have a very specific image of what to expect. About the additional information, we talked about the frequency of the educational sessions and the follow-ups that we do with the clients, and the background of the loan officers, and maybe that the loan officers should receive some extra training about specific sectors so they could provide more accurate information. About the actions, we talked about a more structured mentoring framework about the follow-up, so that the clients also know when to expect to do a follow-up, how their business is going, if they need any more help. Maybe they need some help with the networking. They have additional questions. And about how we could track if it worked or not. It's the practical part, if the business is alive, how is the repayment performance, if they have business growth, I don't know, in 6 or 12 months. I don't know if I'm forgetting something.
If I can add, I think that what we also mentioned is that we usually provide mentoring services ahead of the start of the business, and that's mostly a staff a kind of resources thing. But we also think that it would be very effective if you could also provide a follow-up after the loan disbursement, so that you see that the client, the entrepreneur, is using the tools that were offered ahead of the start or ahead of the loan disbursement, and to follow up and perhaps to remind them that how it can be used and what it means when they are actually in business. And then you can separate kind of the group. If you want to follow up, does it actually have an implication for the survival rate of the business? You can divide it into groups where you have one group where you do this as a structured service and another group where you don't have it, and you can compare the survival rate.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you have a very fruitful discussion. So that you that you have also identified some actions, what further information you need, to really take a decision. So let's go to case 3. Here we have Catalina, Zenaza, Andrea, and Andra. So
yeah, hello. We were 4, but actually Andrea couldn't talk, so she just listened. Hopefully she agree with our conclusion. So we have the third case regarding the young clients and their confidence, and as since their survival rate after 24 months is lower, much lower than the clients age 30 and above, we were thinking what might explain this, and we concluded that actually we don't have too many information in order to explain this, and also we couldn't understand exactly what was about their confidence in managing their finances. So is this related with their knowledge? Is this related with their funds? We have no idea. So what explain, we couldn't identify very, very deep because of lack of information, and we passed to the second point of discussion. What additional information we need? First of all, we need information regarding this financial information, regarding their business experience, regarding their background, regarding market, their activity itself, industry, if they have access to finance or not, if in which part they are not performing, and a lot of other detailed information that lead to the action that we will take. And it's first of all one main action that we will do. It's a survey in order to understand all those points, because without understanding proper the problem, we cannot make an action plan and see whatever we need to implement and what we have to measure, because we don't know. There are many areas that are gray. Maybe they have proper understanding and knowledge regarding the funding, and they have really budget for their company, but they don't understand the market, or their product is not proper, or they have, I don't know, the legal framework that was against their that work when they start the business, and in 6 months something changed regarding the framework, and their business disappear for this reason. So since we don't have any idea, this will be for the ones that are not surviving. We'll take a survey with information that lead to a diagnosis much more proper. And yeah, the last one, what we'll track, we don't know. Maybe also deeper information about demographics, about business location, industry. We don't know here. Yeah, that's for the group 3.
Okay. Thank you very much, Catalina. So let's say the cases, they were concise, by purpose. So it was our actual intention to keep them, as concise as possible, to see that you can observe some differences, but you need much more information, to understand what's going on, right? And so you can also look at some other demographic characteristics, educational background, residence, et cetera, to better understand if, there are also, if these differences, they can explain this to some extent. Okay, thank you very much. The last group,
Thank you.
Yanis. Sorry?
Thank you for
no,
the conclusion. Yeah, thank you.
No, thanks to you. The last group is Yanis, Eva, Neagu, and Agne.
Yeah, I'm not sure who will introduce our group. Maybe some of our group colleagues would to introduce our case, or should I?
You are very organized. You took notice, so please.
So okay, I will introduce, and maybe if colleagues would like someone to add, just feel free to add after I introduce this case. So first of all, I would like to define that we define migrants as those people who migrant into Europe from third countries, not EU citizens. Yes. So in our business case, we see in our businesses a high revenue growth, but still there is the loan renewal rate is much lower than in usual customer base. So what might explain this? It might be that we have external barriers. If we talk about third countries citizenships, then it might be that migration policy changed and has limitation. Maybe visa change, maybe work permission was not renewed, and etc. Also, if we have a good growth of revenue, we might have a better alternatives for loans. Then also we can have some operational barriers in our organization. Maybe a language barrier, maybe our managers cannot not maintain communication in them languages, and then they choose to exit our company. So what additional information would you need? So technically, it would be good to have an exit interviews with those customers who not renew the contracts. Then have a market comparison. Maybe new competitor is in the market and attract our customers. Then we can check the legal status of those companies. If they closed after we covered them loans, they might be just backed into them countries. Yeah, that's it, I think. So what action would you take? So we should collect missed data and review the process if it's possible. If it's not, we should, just know that information, that it's external barriers and we cannot covers those issues. So how would you track whether it works? So yes. What action would you take? So exit interviews, then retention initiatives in the end of the contract to attract them back. Also, if it's language barrier, we can and the customer number is high, then we can hire new sales manager who can talk in them languages. And fourth question is, how would you track whether it worked? Renewal rate trend and pass surveys. So I think so. That's it. Maybe some of my group could add something.
I took a phone and I didn't listen all you said. Did you cover the income growth about the sector activity? Did you say? Eva told us that the growth could be even from the sector because they are.
I didn't cover, but technically, yeah, it might be that technically they operate in that sector where the growth rate is biggest. So we should took also statistical data from general databases.
Yeah, I think you covered everything about what we talk about this. We had a lot of assumptions, so it's not that we speak about the experience. We make a lot of assumptions.
No, that's very good. I mean, this is it can be because you have no experience, right? Or it can be, because it might be a new, segment of clients in the future, and yeah, it's also good to know. I think Charlotte wants to react, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of experience here.
Yes. Just to add, I mean, it's very interesting because Fava Fund that I'm working with, we are targeting migrants. So first of all, I make a comment about your definition of the migrants, that you say that it's the third country, and by that you say, well, everyone within EU or within the European context is not a migrant. My experience is that all people coming from another country is a migrant because you don't know the system. So it might be that it's faster to understand the system if you come from EU, but it's not the same as you are a resident. So I would say it is a migrant, first comment. And then I think it's interesting also from the point of view, the growth, yes, there is the target group migrants, yes, they put a lot of effort into and they grow their businesses. And my experience, this is a hypothesis and perhaps it's something to look for. But what they do is that they operate their business cash flow wise. So they don't invest in assets in their business. Assets also meaning bank account resources. They pay as it comes in. So they run their business because, I don't know, this is my experience from the Swedish environment. So what could be very, very helpful as a quick advice is to say that if they have a loan, that is a planned loan that they take because they see the need at the very start, don't pay it back as soon as you can. Keep everything that you have as an income within your business. Increase your buffer because an unplanned loan will always be more expensive. So that they see that they build resources, they build bank account liquidity at the same time as they do have a loan, but it's not a problem. It's a good thing. Well, I don't know if I made myself clear, but those are thoughts that I just had when I saw the case.
Charlotte, thank you very much for experience, because in our group, maybe not all, maybe not even one is operating with this concrete segment. So it's really interesting to hear from your perspective when you targeting into this concrete group. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you all for sharing. David, unfortunately, will have to go, but yeah, I will be here to wrap up.
I'm really sorry. I have another training starting in 5 minutes, and yeah, so I leave you in the very good hands of Diana. She will wrap up what we have done today, and she will give you further instructions. But this is what the last training session, and we will talk about the next steps. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Davide.
Goodbye.
Okay, so does anyone else want to share anything from the exercise before we move forward? Okay, I will take the silence as a no.
It is a no, yes.
Okay, so very quickly, because yeah, we went a bit over time, but I think yeah, such discussions and exchanges are the most valuable part. So we wanted to give you enough time for that. But just a few things about yeah, the last step on communicating impact. So yeah, a few tips on how to do it. Yeah, as mentioned before, it's important to be honest about causality and what led to certain results. Focus on the contribution. So what, yeah, how your organization contributed to those changes. Share also the challenges, not just successes. And then, of course, obviously, whenever sharing client stories, protect their privacy. And then, as we discussed at the beginning of the training, the communication should be tailored both in terms of content and format to each type of stakeholder and audience. And finally, a few do's and don'ts. Yeah, it's important to use evidence carefully and explain the entire context. Be transparent about data collection limits, and yeah, so how the data was collected, and maybe where there are some lacks of information, and what kind of assumptions you are using. And then, yeah, as just mentioned, be respectful of the client's dignity and privacy. And then what not to do, and I'm sure you are aware of these. Yeah, don't overclaim impact, or confuse correlation with causality. Don't hide any negative findings or challenges encountered. And yeah, always ensure you have clients consent when sharing their case. So yeah, the key takeaways from today. Yeah, impact data, as mentioned at the beginning, is important not only for reporting, but also to strengthen accountability, improve decisions, refine your products and outreach, support the learning inside the organization, and then also the way you communicate it. It's a key element, and communicating responsibly is very important. So I think we mentioned this throughout all the 3 training sessions, but yeah, the goal is not to collect and report more data. It's how to use data better, and analyze it so that it's useful for you, for the organization, and also for clearly communicating to your stakeholders your results, and yeah, what those results mean. So in terms of next steps, there's a reflection question here, which I will leave with you. Yeah, after the training. So what is one practical change you could make in your organization to use impact data more actively to support your decision making? And then in terms of next steps, and I will share this in a follow-up email, but yeah, if you can review a data point you already collect and think about who uses it and why, and yeah, how to turn it into a decision or an action for the future. Yeah, so this basically closes today's session, and also our last training session as part of the Toolkit pilot. And then again, as mentioned, I will send you an email with a follow-up from this training session. In terms of next steps, because our project continues, David and I have also been working on updating the Toolkit platform. So it will be moved to a different platform, hopefully more interactive and visually friendly, and useful for you. And we will actually present that in the upcoming conference of the Microfinance Center in Albania. So if you are joining that, yeah, we will be very glad to see you in person there. Yeah, so that's all. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything or any questions.
No questions. Thank you.
Just thank you.
Okay, thank you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for your engagement and participation. As Davide mentioned, that's also very valuable for us and for improving the toolkit. So yeah, it was great to have your inputs. Okay, then thank you everyone, and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.